well, let's see what kind of decks the players are going to start with. Ratje is going to start with his Priest, want to get that win in, and Sushi is going to start with his Shaman.
Yeah, and I think Ratje has a pretty good shot against Shaman. I think against Shaman, with the Excavated Evil and with the Archive Circle, you can get some really sick tempo swings. I think you even keep the Excavated Evil against the Shaman. And Ratje decides to do, yeah, and Sushi has a pretty good hand also. He has that 1-drop, he has the 2-drop. And even with that Overload, he can still play another 1-drop the turn after.
The light protects me.
And there we go.
Yeah, there we go. Sushi playing that Argent Squire pretty fast. And yeah, probably a pass here for Ratje. Wants to keep that Museum Curator for the next turn. But a good curve here for Sushi.
Yeah, really good curve. Maybe he's even going for the Argent Squire into Rockbiter on the Museum Curator. We get some early game minions, and that's pretty good. You want to contest the board as early as possible, so I think he's going for that Harvest Golem. Contest probably the most on the board later on. But Sushi is building up that board that the Excavated Evil cannot do anything about it. Those Divine Shields are not dying from it, and also that Totem Golem has 4 HP instead of 3, so that card he kept in his starting hand is actually doing nothing here. And Sushi, is he gonna trade here? I don't think so. I think you just go face here. It's not necessary to trade. Priest doesn't play any boss. But Sushi decides differently. Maybe he don't want to get value traded on his totem.
And now we see to great effect that Harvest Golem, or is he gonna play that Shadowward Pain on the
Totem Golem?
Totem Golem, yeah.
Yeah, maybe he isn't. He has that Excavated Evil in hand, and the Totem Golem is now 3 HP, so it will die to the Excavated Evil. So you don't have to play that Shadowward Death here. He's going for that Senjin, contesting almost everything what's on the board at the moment. And now Sushi cannot really play a 7/7 here.
So why wouldn't you play that 4 mana 7/7 right now? You just want to get more damage in, use the Rock Biter weapon? Is that what you mean to say here?
Yeah.
You cannot play that 4 mana 7/7?
He decides to totem here. I don't really know why he would totem. He decides to play the value game here. Trade away the Divine Shield with the 3/5. Trade away the 1/1. But the problem with a play like this is that you trade everything in and leaves the board open for an Excavated Evil. But it's still turn 4, so he's not afraid of it yet. But next turn is going to be pretty scary for him. Is he going for that Harvest Golem now?
That is a possibility. He also picks up a Holy Nova, so he has 2 good AoE spells here. Yeah, decides to use that Shadowward Pain on the Totem Golem, so next turn that Holy Nova can be pretty big, and he doesn't have to use it Excavated Evil as of yet. But now seems a pretty good turn for that 4 mana 7/7 here.
Yeah, he can play it. It leaves him up with 4 mana next turn. What you also can do is just play on curve with that Tuskar and Flame Juggler, or Tuskar Totem up. But I think Sushi maybe knows there's an Holy Nova or Excavated Evil on turn 5. So that 7/7 looks really good here, actually.
Yeah, because the more minions you play on board now, if there is an Excavated Evil in hand, you will not be happy if you play the Tuskar and the Flame Juggler. So
no, definitely not.
the Flame Wreathed Faceless is going to come on the board, and we see a little bit of damage going to go to the face of the Priest. But wow, there's that Doomsayer. I believe not going to be played here, but
no, and we see Ratje as a really awkward turn here. He cannot play Excavated Evil. It will just leave the 1/1 and the 7/7 up on the board. He doesn't have a proper way of dealing with that 7/7, so you can actually do nothing here. You can maybe try to go for Harvest Golem Doomsayer just to absorb 7 damage and maybe find a way next turn to deal with this 7/7.
Well, next turn he has at Cabal Shadow Priest to maybe steal that Argent Squire, but we see a Lightning Bolt here that does 4 damage to that Doomsayer. It's not going to be enough, but with a good Tuskar Totemic or a good Flame Juggler, that could change.
You can also just hex away the Doomsayer, trade away with a 1/1, play Lightning Bolt on the 2/3 and just trade away the 1/1 on the 2/1 and just 7 damage to the face. He knew that on turn 5 there was no clear for this board, and on turn 6 it will not be any different. There's no card in the deck of a priest that differs that much on turn 6 since Light Bomb is out of the deck.
Light Bomb, a great card for the priest, and
Yes.
that's luckily for a lot of people, it's not there anymore. So yeah, I feel a lot for the option going for the hacks on the Doomsayer, just trading away the board and putting 7 damage on the face. Looks good. Let's see what Sushi is going to do. He's going to go for the risk. He's going to go for the Flame Juggler. He misses, and well, that might not feel that well, because now Excavated Evil can come in.
Yeah, it can, but it can still not clear that 7/7. Oh, wow, Mind Control. That's a card we didn't see for a long time.
No, we definitely didn't. So we could see a whole... if you go with the Harvest Golem into the 2/3, the Flame Juggler, and then do Holy Nova, you almost clear the whole board and heal your own minion. And then you can play a Sylvanas maybe next turn to contest that 7/5 here.
Yeah, but you have the same problem every single turn. The Shaman will build the board. You don't have a proper way of dealing damage to all the small minions and the big minion. You can only do one thing, or kill the big guy, or kill the small guys. So you will keep... Wow, he's even rolling that Totem Golem. Is this Sushi's day? Is this going to be the first win of Sushi in the ESL Benelux Championship Series?
That would be great, and that would be gifted. Because yeah, he hasn't won a single... Hasn't he won a single game here? Let me check. I just have to check that.
He's 0-4.
He's 0-4, but he has one game, so he took one game of someone. So yeah, the Lightning Bolt is going to buff the Tunnel Trog. He's going to clear the board with an Argent Squire, and now the damage is going to be starting to come in here.
Yeah, another 7 damage to the face, and there's another Holy Nova. Yeah, but that's not doing it, and even Excavated Evil is not doing it. It leaves Sushi up with 11 damage on the board. And even when he goes for Sylvanas, there's the Hex in the hand of Sushi.
Yeah, has to go for Excavated
he has to.
Evil, and then Hero Power. And then the next turn he has Holy Nova and hopes to stabilize here. Another Totem Golem.
No healing totem there. If that was a healing totem, that would be so huge for Sushi. That Flame Red Faces would be 3 health.
Wow.
And then the Holy Nova wouldn't have killed it off.
But this is a great draw. If you go Holy Nova Doomsayer, you can clear the board here. There is that Hex, but it still stops more damage from coming in and a way for Ratje to stabilize.
Sushi is looking for his Doomsayer now, or for his Doomhammer now. Then he can deal a lot of damage with that Rockbiter Doomhammer. Is he going face and then Hex, or is he going to Hex and then trade away? Let me see. Ooh, there's a Spell Damage Totem. Can be pretty scary if he runs that Lava Burst. I didn't see the deck list, but there's a chance he's playing those.
But that gives Ratje something to steal, that Cabal Shadow Priest. But let's see first what Sushi does, because yeah, this is a chance for him to finally get his game going, to finally get started here in the ESL Benelux Championship. If he wins the upcoming 3 weeks, there might be a small chance for him to still go to Amsterdam, but then he has to play his heart out.
Yeah, it's gonna be really difficult. You need some really good... the problem is that you have to have good results against the people that are also rank 3 or 4. So you get on... It's because when you win against the number 4 and you're number 5, you will get number 4, right?
Yeah, if you're even in standings. So,
yeah, even in standings, yes. Okay. But what is Ratje gonna do? Yeah, he can't even go for Sylvanas and just heal himself back up. Sushi's running out of cards, and Ratje can just heal himself back up every single turn, and Sushi has to find extra damage now. Oh, and there's the Flame Tongue Totem. That's at least some extra damage. How many damage is it? It's 5-8. It's 2 damage off lethal now. And if he rolls a Town Totem, it's gonna be really good for Sushi there.
Right, so Sushi is looking for ways to finish off this game. Ratje is looking for ways to stabilize. Maybe has one more Excavated Evil left, but also has all that control of Entomb, Mind Control, and Cabal Shadow Priest. Even a Spellbreaker here. Yeah, a Healing Totem, and that is a great pickup.
Wow, and that's a full board clear, and he can still heal himself till 7 health. I think you just have to go for it. He can also decide to steal some minions here. He can Cabal Shadow Priest on the... No, he can trade away the Totem Golem into the... Of the Sylvanas into the Totem Golem, steal one of the minions, Cabal the other one, and then heal yourself back up. But then you don't clear everything. I think Excavated Evil is really strong. But the good thing about that card is that you also give Sushi a really bad top deck.
Yeah, if he top decks an Excavated Evil, he definitely doesn't want to play it. So yeah, you give him more chance of bad top decking. Yeah, then he has 2 Excavated Evil in his deck.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a hard choice. Do you go for Sylvanas into Totem Golem here and hope to steal maybe the Flame Tongue, or steal first?
Oh wow, that's a huge misplay, because now he cannot kill it off. Yeah, he can kill it off, but it still leaves him up with 2 totems. And when there's another Flame Tongue, it will be game for Sushi. Wow.
Yeah.
Feral Spirits, not enough. And he has to find some damage fast, or that Ratje will heal himself back up really fast. He can heal for 2 every single turn. Maybe there are even some flash heals or a Justice card in the deck of RATje2000.
Yeah, could be. Yeah, he needs to heal, maybe flash heals, yeah. Just to get him going, or... I believe he mulliganed away that 5 mana card that can heal him for 5, right? So there are ways to get some burst healing to draw that one. Yeah, I was a little bit confused to see that he didn't trade away a Sylvanas.
Yeah, pretty ballsy move.
Yeah, sometimes you have to be a little bit ballsy. The question is, does Sushi go for that Feral Spirits?
Yeah, it looks pretty good to play your Taunt, but when you play it and that Sylvanas will steal a Taunt, your Rockbiter will not find a way to hit the face. So if you draw your Doomhammer, that Rockbiter is not going face, and Doomhammer is a lethal opportunity for you, so you cannot play that Feral Spirits and take the risk that you will steal one.
And now we see the Spellbreaker being played on that Spell Totem. So no more damage, and also the Acidic Swamp Ooze. So no Doomhammer being drawn here, no lethal for Sushi, and this whole game could totally turn around. We could see a win for the Priest here.
Yeah, we could definitely see a win for the Priest. It's still not over yet, but next turn, when Ratje heals himself back to 11, even the Doomhammer Rockbiter is not winning Sushi the game, and Ratje is developing every single turn a really big minion. Even the Entomb can clear off that 5/5 Taunt pretty easy, do 17 damage to the face, and sets up for lethal next turn.
So now, do you go for Thing from Below and those Feral Spirits? You're afraid of that Sylvanas.
Yeah, you're so afraid of him stealing your Taunt, so you can do any damage anymore with your Rockbiter. But you have to take a risk now.
So will you first remove that Sylvanas with the Rockbiter and then play all your other cards? Is that the way to go? Or the problem is not having any card draw as a Shaman.
Yeah, that's so difficult. I was struggling also with some aggressive Shaman lists. It's always the same when you're getting behind. You have no comeback possibilities, you don't have any card draws. So what you see, a lot of Shamans running Mana Tide Totems at the moment. But in those really aggressive Shaman lists, you still don't see them. Oh, and there's a heal, Earthen Farce here.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this is a very special list here for Ratje. We see a Mind Control, it's an Earthering Farce here, 2 Excavated Evils, 2 Holy Novas. So yeah, is this the comeback of Priest?
Yeah, maybe it is, and it works so good for him. He's being the one of the strongest decks in the game. At least supposed to be the strongest deck in the game. But Ratje finds the perfect answer with that Priest. He was so far behind the entire game, but he finds a way of dealing with everything and swing around the board, and that's the thing Priest can do so well. Remove everything, heal yourself back up to 30. Wow, he's going for Mind Control.
That's a great way to, I believe, seal the deal here for the game. Keeps still Sylvanas, and he says, "Well, Sushi, what is yours is mine," and that's just gonna be it.
Wow, Sushi must be like, I leave the Priest open. It's normally a free win, but he got completely wrecked by the Priest here.
So if you lose here, Sushi, what is going through your mind? Are you, because he's been losing 4 weeks in a row here, and then he has a good matchup, and
Yeah, and he still loses. I'm not 100% sure if the Shaman is favorite against Priest. I think it's around 50-50. Sushi had a really good start, and Ratje didn't find a way of dealing with that 7-7. But Ratje has a really good removal with that double Excavated Evil and the Holy Nova to remove 3 times the entire board of Sushi there. But really well played. Really ballsy of Ratje bringing the Priest. He was the first Priest player in the entire ESL Benelux Championship Series, so yeah, really well played by him.
So now you lost Priest, you have Hunter, and you have Shaman left.
Yes.
Are we going to see the Hunter here?
Yeah, what you see when people have Shaman open, they want to play it as last. If you can get 2-0 and you still have that Shaman left, there's so big chance you're gonna take at least one win in 3 games as a Shaman. But Ratje decides differently. Maybe he wants that Shaman game instantly, get it out of the way, and finish it off with his Hunter deck.
Another way could be that I'm miscounting here again, making sure that that Ratje is on 1 and Sushi is on 0. Well, you could also be thinking that, okay, if I queue up my Hunter right now, the strongest deck against that would be the Shaman. So it could be a little bit mind games of Ratje queuing in the Shaman against the Shaman here.
Let's see the opening hands of both. They both have a really good curve. They both have the 1, 2, and 3. But Sushi cannot play his 3 drop after the Totem Golem because he will be overloaded. But Ratje has I think a little bit better start with that Tunnel Trog and the Totem Golem. Is Ratje gonna clear it with Abusive and Rockbiter? Even you can go for Totem Golem and then coin out the Abusive, trade away the Totem Golem.
Yeah, that is a possibility here. How much do you value on keeping that Tunnel Truck? Well, it looks like we see the abusive start here for Ratje. He's gonna keep his Totem Golem alive, but his Tunnel Truck is gonna be traded into that Totem Golem of Sushi, and he has nothing to play here.
Oh, he has 4 3 drops in the hand, and he only has 2 mana to spend. So he has to Totem here, and now Ratje can make some value trades, but Ratje can only Totem 2, but he has that the Totem Golem on the board, and he decides to remove that spell damage, and now the Pharaoh Spirit is coming out probably.
Yeah, Pharaoh Spirit's making sure that you get overloaded the next turn, but then you will have 3 mana to play, and then that Mana Tide Totem can be played behind those spirits, so that would be great. So the whole thing with Shaman is you have to think ahead, and you have to manage all your overload cards, like the Pharaoh Spirits. It costs 5, but you pay the 2 mana in the next turn. So so it looks like a pretty easy class, but you still have to plan ahead.
Yeah, you have to plan around 2-3 turns ahead, and that's the most difficult part, I guess. And Sushi cannot play really optimal, and Ratje has the perfect way of dealing with everything here. You can go for Pharaoh Spirits, Rockbiter on face, clear both of the Pharaoh Spirits, and yeah, has a really big board control, and only Sushi has 3 mana to spend next turn, and his cards are really weak. Double Hex not doing a lot against the small minions of Ratje, and also the Mana Tide Totem is gonna get only 1 card.
Alright, so he's gonna go for the Pharaoh Spirits and that Rockbiter, clearing the whole board, getting board control here, and yeah, if he can next turn, he also has an Argent Horse Rider he can play.
Yes.
And yeah, this looks pretty good here for Ratje. So Sushi will be looking for that Lightning Storm.
Yeah, he needs a hard removal here, or he will definitely lose the game in a few more turns. His hand is awful. The double hex is doing literally nothing against the aggressive Shaman. You don't want to hex a 0-1 or a 2-3. You just want to hex that 7-7s and a thing from belows. That Mana Tide Totem is only getting 1 card. That Flame Tongue Totem will just trade it away, so also not doing a lot. Yeah, Sushi.
You have to cycle.
Yeah, I think you just go for it. Looking for, oh wow, Alakir. Wow, that's also a card you don't see a lot in Shaman lists.
So we just see a totem here for Ratje. Yeah. He is looking for that healing totem, and is gonna trade away here, or is he? Yeah, he probably trade away. You're afraid of that Flame Tongue, or is he just gonna go face?
No, I think he just trade away. You win this matchup 100 times on the board, and there is the Lightning Storm.
Wow. And now that trade could be devastating here. Because there's only one Spirit Wolf that can survive this one.
Yeah. And there's also a chance that Sushi's gonna roll that spell damage totem. Wow, is this the board swing Sushi was looking for? I think it is. If he rolls 3 on the Pharaoh's on the Spirit. Wow. What a draw by Sushi there. That was the only card that was gonna save him here.
But we saw last game that he picked up a Lightning Storm. Oh wow, no, we saw that 2 games ago. In the last game that nobody saw.
Is it gonna happen? He has to roll 3 on it, otherwise he's still behind on board. And is it gonna happen? And he does it, and that's a full board clear for Ratje. Or for Sushi, I have to say.
So yeah, you have another option as Ratje. You can go for the Doom Hammer, you can clear and swing a little bit of damage in, but yeah, the thing from below looks pretty good.
You just swing from below into Argent Squire here, I guess. Oh, he's not even playing thing from below. I don't know why you wouldn't. Maybe he wants to clear that totem to play around Flame Tongue Totem, and also those Divine Shields are pretty good against removal. And the Master of Evolution on the Argent Horse Rider is also really strong here.
You make a 3 mana 2/1. You make it into a 4-drop, and that could be a 3/4 potentially or more.
Yes, definitely. I think they are gonna play it. Down Totem. Or is he going for that 0 mana thing from below? Yeah, it is a possibility though. He already saw, of course, 1 Lightning Storm, and even that second Lightning Storm. Wow, he doesn't play that. I don't know why you wouldn't play it here. Why wouldn't you play a 0 mana 5/5?
Well, he has a board. He has seen 1 Lightning Storm. There's no pressure to do anything here.
Yeah, but also the second Lightning Storm will not kill the thing from below, and now you're actually giving away the board. You only have like 3 damage on the board, and if you had that thing from below, you could have traded away so easy that Fire Element. Oh, I see that Nerubian Prophet. I think he's playing the Chucky list from DreamHack.
So yeah, the Nerubian Prophet at the start of your turn reduced this card with 1, so it's gonna get cheaper. But it was pretty late in the hand of Ratje, so will be not that effective. You want to have that card in your opening hand. So yeah, now he plays a thing from below.
Yeah, way too late. If he played it last turn, he wouldn't have gave away the board control. Yeah, now he's deciding to go face. Wow. Oh no, he's not deciding to go face. I think you just trade away everything. Oh wow. Why didn't he just trade away the Totem Golem? Face tanking 3 damage is not that bad, right?
No, but he has those 2 taunts. He saw no Lightning Storm, and if there was one, we would probably have seen it. But yeah, now Tusker the Tamic gonna come down from Sushi. He still has ways to come back in this game. Has a Hex here.
Yeah, that Hex is gonna do a lot of work. Hexing that thing from below is also always a really good target. 3 mana, remove a minion on the board. Feels good, feels good. Yeah, and now Ratje lost the board control because he didn't go for that thing from below a turn earlier. Can he fight back for it? I think he can. He has pretty good cards in hand. He has that Master of Evolution on the Horse Rider. Is he getting that Yeti? It's gonna happen. No, Rocky Weaponsmith, only a 3/3. Still better than a 2/1 though.
But he still has to deal with one of the best cards in the game, that Fire Elemental, that 6/5 that is shining over there. And well, he can with Abusive Sergeant on his Argent Squire and then swinging once with his Doom Hammer, but you'd rather not tank 6 damage to the face, but he has to here.
You can easily tank 6 damage when you're on 27 HP. You play against a full mid-range Shaman and he decides to go face again. I'm not a really big fan of that. Just keep clearing everything. That's the way how you deal with this. And you know you play against a mid-range Shaman, and now you're gonna get punished by that Thunderbluff Valiant.
Yeah, that Thunderbluff Valiant, if it comes on the board and the hero power of the Shaman is being used, then every totem will get +2 attack. So all the 3 minions on the board here of Sushi will get +2 attack. It's a 3/1, a 5/4, and a 2/2, and wow.
Yeah, what a value. And even when he plays Flame Tongue Totem first, that one also will get a buff.
Yeah, so he can clear out that Master of Evolution, he can clear out the Frog, and he can clear out the 3/3 here.
Yeah, he can make such good clears and leaves Ratje with almost nothing on the board. And Sushi gets a lot of big guys here. Oh man. Ratje completely gave away that board control. For no reason actually. And even that healing totem is huge. He can make trades and feel that totem going back up. But maybe he's just going for 7 damage to the face. I think that's not even that bad. But Sushi knows how to play this matchup. He knows you have to fight for board control. You're gonna win when you get it. So he's definitely 100% going for it.
So now we see a thing from below being drawn here by Ratje. Tusker Totemic. Is has to roll something good here for Ratje. Is he gonna draw that Flame Tongue Totem here?
Deathwing maybe.
Definitely maybe.
Tusker into Deathwing.
Tusker into Deathwing, that could be a good one. So let's see what he goes for. He gets a 1-1 totem. That's not what he is looking for. So now he has to tank that 7 damage to the face, or is he going to clear that that Flame Tongue first? He is.
He has to. It feels so bad, but he couldn't find a way of dealing with that Thunderbluff Valiant, and now that Thunderbluff is getting even more value, he can play. Or maybe he's going for Alakir with that Flame Tongue. That's also pretty good. You can make it a 5-5 Wind Fury Divine Shield, and then you can trade away so easy that thing from below and that Nerubian Prophet. I think that's a huge play for Sushi.
Yeah, so Sushi got a chance here from Ratje to get back into the game. Ratje has nothing in hand, and still those options in Sushi. Yeah, Alakir, a Flame Tongue feels good. You could even... No, you probably never go for Hex here, because that makes you have a lot of awkward mana to not chalk. Also not... Yeah, I feel for Flame Tongue and Alakir here.
Yeah, you get so much value. You get a 5-5 Wind Fury with Divine Shield. You can remove 2 big minions on your opponent's side of the field. And Ratje doesn't have any cards left in his hand, so...
What you can also do, maybe that's not what you be looking for. You can first use that Flame Tongue Totem with the Thunderbluff to clear the 5-5, and then play the Alakir, and you still have...
You can put him on 3 HP, yeah, that's right. Oh, wow, he's not even going for it. Wow, you could put him on 3 HP, actually. Oh, he decides to go face now.
Playing it safe, keeping that Alakir, maybe looking for a Rockbiter to finish it off with Alakir Rockbiter. Has the board here, has some pretty nice totems, but this could give a chance here for Ratje to get back in the game.
Is there a way that Ratje can clear everything? No, right? He can clear everything except for the Thunderbluff Valiant, but that's actually the card you want to remove. And also that Tunnel Trog is not a really good draw from Ratje, of course. He was looking for maybe a Lightning Storm. Or something like, I don't know what he was looking for. And this is lethal.
Yeah, now he cleared the board, and there's a lethal for Sushi. That frog is not gonna do anything.
Not yet.
Well, it's
6 damage. It's 6 damage.
Oh yeah, it is.
But it's gonna be really hard for Ratje to come back from this, though. Greetings, friend. Also, that double towns is gonna be. Oh, there's the lava burst, a little bit late, but he can. No, he cannot. He cannot deal with it. He was looking for the lava burst so much earlier to remove that Thunderbluff Valiant, and that makes it 1-1. Really close series here, closer than last one. Last one was easy 3-0, and now we're on 1-1.
Now we see the Shaman winning of Sushi. I think that he will be very happy with that win. Making sure he gets 1-1, but now we have the Hunter and Warrior. That Hunter of Ratje is okay versus the Warrior. We can see another mirror matchup, but how does Shaman versus Hunter work?
Most of the time, Shaman is so fast that Hunter cannot stay with them. They don't have any board clears, so it's really difficult for a Hunter to come back on board. And that's the point that Hunter is going to lose. But if Hunter wins the early game, they will probably also take the game away with the Call of the Wild, the high main later on.
Alright, so we now see the Temple Warrior of Sushi versus the Hunter of Ratje. And We see 2 whirlwind effects here. We see Ravaging Ghoul, Fury War Axe, Frothing Berserker, and even the Acolyte of Pain. So a lot of good early guard games here for the warrior, and in a matchup that can be pretty hard here as the warrior versus the hunter.
Yeah, really good hand for Shushi. He has like almost every card he was looking for, especially that War Axe was so important. He has the card draw, he has the good minion as the Frothing Berserker that can get out of hand really fast. He even has an execute when Ratje comes up later in the game with some really strong minion like a Savannah Highmane or something like that.
Yeah, now he has to choose, do I coin out that Fury War Axe or do I just take 2 damage to the face here?
I don't think it's necessary. You can just tank that 2 damage. If you coin out the War Axe here, you have to play next turn on off curve. If you just wait a second, if you wait a turn, go for War Axe next turn, you can remove that huge toad. Or even play just Acolyte if he goes for the second Fury bet. But I don't think that's not gonna happen. He's probably going for the huge toad though.
Alright, so yeah, we see Sushi do nothing, and that can be a huge toad here, and it's going to be. So yeah, there is the War Axe already being equipped by Sushi. Is gonna kill that huge toad, and that gives 1 more damage to his face. The bile is being spit by the angry dying toad.
Wow. And if the Nisha or Leo, wow, and there's Huffer. Ooh, and this is really difficult for Sushi. Normally you just want to remove the card with your weapon, right? But do you want to face tank another 4 damage here? Is there a way you can deal with it differently? Yeah, you can go for a Ravaging Ghoul coin execute. But is that worth it though? You can also try, you can also just slam it, right? Slam the Huffer. But then you play off curve. You still have to face tank 3 damage from the Fury bat, 2 from the attack and 1 from Death Rattle. So that doesn't make a difference at all.
So yeah, Ravaging Ghoul execute.
Yeah, I think you have to, otherwise you're gonna take too much damage here.
Yeah, so gives you the board, and then the hunter has to have a good play here. So
yeah, I think you have to go for it. Otherwise you take too much damage and you will probably lose on the hunter hero power. Maybe even with that kill commands in the deck of hunter, the quick shots.
And that's the problem with Hunter versus Warrior versus Hunter. You run into so much damage early on. And now there's, yeah, Jungle Panther. 4-2 stealth.
4-2 stealth, yeah, he's probably playing a really aggressive Hunter deck here with that stealth minions that cannot be killed, putting 4 damage in. And also that Infested Wolf is pretty sticky for Sushi, or for Ratje. Sushi cannot kill it, right? He doesn't have the second Whirlwind effect here. He has the Armor Smith though to get some life back.
Yeah, he has the Armor Smith to get some life back, but do you play the armor? Yeah, you can armor up, so you can do Armor Smith, armor up here. And keep the board. Yeah, you leave 1/1 on the board, but that's fine. You get up to 15 health here. Turn 5 of the hunter, you can see the Thundering Rhino.
Or Stampeding Kodo. Ooh, and there's a second Infested Wolf. But it will give Sushi so much armor. I think from this point, Sushi can stabilize. He can maybe go for a slam and a monkey, but if he finds another whirlwind effect, that would be huge, but he doesn't have it yet.
But he can slam for that whirlwind effect if he likes to, and then even play the fierce monkey, but could also go for the frothing.
Yeah, what you can do is just trade away the Infested Wolf with the frothing. Maybe even play monkey. There's only 1/1s on the board, so maybe that monkey is even better. Ratje has to trade all his 1/1s into that taunt.
Yeah, and then with slam you can try and find that other ghoul or the whirlwind, and if you do, that is going to be truly insane. The question is, do you take that risk? Yeah, he's still thinking about it. I would slam on Fierce Monkey, but
no, I don't really like slam here. It doesn't do a lot. You can maybe even. What you can do is maybe play Acolyte of Pain, trade away the Ravaging Ghoul into the 3/3. Slam the 2/1. Maybe the juggle will hit on the Acolyte, get you an extra card.
But I'm just the greedy guy, I just want to win. But we see the Frothing Berserker. And we see the trades here for Sushi, hoping to receive a spit on the face or on the armor smith.
No, on the flooding. Because now there's no way for Ratje that he can deal with a flooding berserker, and that card can get out of hand really, really fast. Ooh, but there's the counter for it. There's the kill command Ratje was looking for to deal with a flooding berserker. Really nice pickup there.
Yeah, and he can even play it with the Panther, the Jungle Panther, and get something on the board here. So
really nice. Playing on curve here, removing everything on the board. And I even think you just clear the armor smith first, or that armor smith will give him so many armor later on when he plays that Towns, and you have to remove that first.
Yeah, so some spiders into that armor smith to finish it off, but the Jungle Panther is gonna come down first. Kill command is gonna kill that Frauding, and then we see the spiders probably run into that armor smith on one face.
Oh wow, he's going face. Why would? Yeah, he went full face here. I thought when he was trading here after the kill command, that was a slight misplay, because then you gave him 1 extra health. But he decided to go face there. I don't really like that though, because now you have to trade everything in that Fierce Monkey. You know there are Bloodhound Braves in the deck. I'm not really a big fan of this play.
Oh, but with that second Call of the Wild, next turns are gonna give a lot of pressure, and now he kills the armor smith, and he gives an extra draw here to Sushi.
Yeah. I would have traded the 1/1 first in the Fierce Monkey before he went for that Hunter, because now you give 3 cards to your opponent for 1 damage. You actually trade 1 damage for an extra card, and that's so not worth it.
Yeah, now we got even another one with the Blood to Iker, and
and there's even the Blood of Brave. So that's so good to have on turn 7, when on turn 8 that Call of the Wild is coming out. That Call of the Wild has a 5/2 hover. And the 2/6 is countering that so hard. That looks pretty good, but Sushi has a decent way of clearing this.
Even draws a Malkorok.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can...
Acolyte into the Misha, trade it away with the War Axe. Go for the Bloodhound Brave into the... you can slam the Leok, draw a card, trade into with the Bloodhound Brave into it. And then the 2/2 into the Hover. Oh wow. He took too much damage on the Blood of Brave. What? No.
No, he slammed the Misha instead of using his Acolyte of Pain here. So
But how is he gonna trade now? Is he gonna face tank the Hover?
Could be. Could be he feels confident and he wants to kill that Leok.
What? I don't really get this. Why did he trade the Blood of Brave into the Hover? He took too much damage on the Blood of.
So, well, but it keeps him safe for a second Call of the Wild here. Stranglethorn Tiger is not gonna do it. So it was maybe not the most optimal player for Sushi, but yeah, it's gonna be pretty interesting to see if Ratje can pull this back, because Sushi is stabilizing pretty well here.
Yeah, and turn 10 that Varian is also coming out, and we didn't see any of that big minions like Romage, Karen and Ragnaros, so that Varian can be really, really used for Sushi. And it doesn't look good for Ratje, even though he already played 2 Call of the Wilds, one of the strongest cards in his deck.
And you can play Blood to Iker to put 1 damage on that face of Misha, and then trade away with the War Axe. But it's going for the Execute, so you can clear the whole board here. Good decision, because the only minions you're gonna use that Execute on are going to be the high mains.
Yeah.
And you have that Malkorok for that.
There's the Malkorok. What is he gonna get? Is he gonna get Cursed Blade? No. Oh, he gets the Hunter weapon. He's stealing that weapon from the Hunter. Is this warrior maybe an undercover priest stealing the cards from the opponent?
Who knows? Who knows? But Ratje is the priest. But a very good draw here for Ratje. He draws into that Savannah High main, makes it an 8/7 with the Helmmaster. But here comes Varian. He draws into a Whirlwind, a Corcoran Elite, and another Corcoran Elite.
Wow, that's gonna be so huge. He can make so many good trades now. He can trade that Malkorok into the High main, trade the Armorsmith into it, and then trade the Corcorans into the 2/2s to make 2 good value trades. Wow. What a variant for Sushi. And Ratje is only having 1 card in his at the Stranglethorn Tiger, and Let's actually do nothing on this board.
So yeah, thinking about that Malkrok into the high main. And that is going to happen. Even uses the slime so he can get more armor here.
Yeah, he values the armor smith more than the 2-2. Yeah, I think that's maybe even a good choice, but Sushi decides differently. Yeah, he has a full board clear here. I still think keeping the armor smith was way better, I guess. But health is so important against Hunter. That's the only way how you can lose. Wow, the double tiger.
Double Tiger, pretty good, but there is 20 health on the Warrior. He's probably going to go up to 22 and taunt up with the Bloodhoof Brave. Or are you going to slam down some damage with the Cairn and the Bloodhoof? He's pretty safe, right? What can kill you as Sushi at this moment? Buffers have been played.
Yeah, probably nothing. But just play Blood off. Protect your life total, it's fine. The only way you can lose this is getting burst down. Maybe Joxeron. No Joxeron here.
No Joxeron. So it's 2-1 for Sushi, and even though he lost the first match, he is coming back and might even win this one.
Yeah, what's left for him? His Shaman, right?
No, Sushi has his Hunter left.
Oh, his Hunter left. Against the Hunter and Shaman of Ratje?
It's a possibility. Yeah, Hunter versus Shaman, and there's also Hunter from Ratje left. So if Ratje wins this one, we see a Hunter mirror matchup. But this could be the night of the evening where the bad matchups win.
Did you see that Joxeron in the hand of Sushi?
I was looking, but not looking. So there was a Joxeron.
Joxeron, and he had that Doomsayer. That card is so strong against Shaman.
He's gonna coin it out.
Yeah, he's gonna coin it out.
But yeah, it's gonna clear the whole board. But there was not that much here for the Shaman to play. He would have.
And Ratje forget to town up. Or to totem up.
Yeah, and if you totem, that thing from below gets reduced. So
such a misplay there. Wow, he didn't totem. That was so fast by him.
And now again, he doesn't totem, so that's two
totems. He's gonna get so punished if he draws that thing from below now. Or does he even play thing from below? That's also a thing. We saw it right now. He plays them for 100% sure.
Yeah, because this is the first time we see him play Shaman.
Yeah, maybe that is, but
if he doesn't play them, that was not a misplay, but...
No, he played it. We saw them. Last game, in the Shaman mirror.
Did you bring some fish?
Yeah.
Ooh, Flametongue Totem. He's going probably face here for 5. Yeah, he plays it really aggressive Shaman with the double Doomhammer, with that Lava Burst and stuff. Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that Rhino is going to make sure that those spiders that come from the wolf are going to kill that. Yeah, that Tuskar.
I wasn't even thinking about that. Oh, and then Ratje doesn't have a way of killing that Rhino, and then that Animal Companion getting charged, and he can even town it up with the Houndmaster though. Ratje doesn't have a way of killing it. Oh, he can hex it though. I think you have to hex this. That Rhino is so scary. You cannot leave that up. If High Main is coming out or some other small beast, they're all getting charged. That's not good for you. I think you have to hex it. Maybe hex Feral Spirits. Feels pretty good here though. Getting you some board, removing that Rhino.
So Feral Spirits being played. It could still be hex, but yeah, he goes for the Flame Tongue in between.
Why wouldn't you hex?
I always like to play when I play the Spirit Wolves, and then I play the Flame Tongue Totem before they land. So that looks more like wizard style.
Yeah, but you always you have to remove that Rhino. The punish is real.
So here is the kill command on the wolf. Or is it?
Yeah, definitely. You can remove the wolf, trade away the other Spirit Wolf, and trade the Leok into the 2-1 totem, and it leaves Ratje up with only a 0-3 totem, and now he has to play the Doomhammer and face tank both at Hunter minions. Not that bad though, but he's not developing anything, and
But you said you saw a Yoxeron in the hand of
Yeah,
Sushi. I
there it
also see in the Zod.
oh, maybe I saw it in the Zod instead of the Joxeron. Maybe I made
Alright.
a mistake. But I thought I saw Joxeron. But maybe it was the Zod. Oh, now I'm doubting. Right.
Oh my god! How can I trust your vision from now on?
Since week 1, couldn't be trusted.
So now that Hex looks pretty okay on the frog, you want to remove as much as possible here, but yeah, then you don't have the Fervor Spirits, right?
I think he's way too greedy on his Hex. Maybe he wants to save it for Savannah High Main or something, but I think he's way too greedy with that Hex. You have to make tempo as a Shaman or you're gonna lose. Especially against Hunter when they go on turn 8 with that Call of the Wild.
If you Hex here on the frog and you Primal Fusion on the... No, you cannot attack with the totem.
Did he totem up? Yeah, he totemed up, right? But you can
Yeah.
just face tank twice that
Yeah.
Huntmaster.
But then you cannot kill the frog, right?
Yeah, you can. You can Primal Fusion the Flame Tongue totem. What is he doing?
I have no clue. So
What?
he's...
And did he attack? He didn't attack with the Flame Tongue totem too. Like...
Maybe Ratje is a little bit tilted. He lost the last game. I have no idea what is going on because he didn't totem up. It might be that he is not in the right state of mind right now.
No, he makes a lot of mistakes in like one single game. And that's probably gonna cost him now. He was in a pretty good spot. He did have a really good hand though, and I don't know, man. And now he's facing tanking 10 damage. While he last turn could have tanked the Houndmaster twice, and then he didn't do it to save the board control.
Alright, but he has that Flame Tongue totem can be placed between those wolves.
Yeah.
He might get some control back, but yeah, that Eagle Horn Bow and Savannah Highmane would be a great player.
Perfectly on curve. And the fun thing is, if Ratje finds a way of dealing with that high main, it's just coming back with that Nazar.
And he has to
Oh, wait,
find a
and-
way, but does he? He finds a Hex, and that is not going to bring back the Highmane.
Definitely not, but what a huge pickup by Ratje. He was close to dying here, and then he picks up his only out, the Hex. Wow, what a draw. But Sushi has still some outs. He can still draw that kill command to win the game, though.
That
Is
is.
Ratje gonna face tank it again? Yeah, I think he has to.
He has to
Wow.
keep as much minions as possible on the board. Does he have a Bloodlust?
But now he also dies to quick shot, so why did he face tank it twice and just not sacrifice his air totem?
So yeah, there's another Highmane. But you might play the Nazad here, or Highmane Hero Power puts him on 2. And now Ratje has to win this turn.
He could have also have decided to trade away the Flame Tongue totem, leave 0 attack totems up, and then play Nazad for the frogs and the infested wolves, and pressure lethal the turn afterwards. And there is the 3-1 for Sushi, really well played by him.